I'm last, so let's do this thing. So it's hard to even, we're all talking about the same God, so what is there new to say? But I'll do my best. All I can do is share my story, and I'll make it as brief as I can. But typical story, born into a Christian home, infant baptized. We've heard this a few times today. I was confirmed when I was 16 in the Episcopal Church. That means that I was mature enough to start walking with Jesus and proclaim that in front of my friends and family. I did that. But I always knew that was more of a peer pressure, more for my parents, more for my friends, my family than it was for me. I would say I was always feeling that there's more for me with God, but I wasn't quite mature enough at that time in my faith to know what it really meant. I went on with life as I knew it, went to college, fell into the ways of the world, and I lived in my sin instead of running from it. But what I really wanted to point to today was the word pursuit, God's pursuit of me, and how he never leaves us. And so evidence of that is that God always pursued me. I felt a tension in my heart that there was a more fulfilling way to go. I just didn't have the courage to walk away from the comfort of my sin. I told myself my sin isn't that bad. It could be so much worse. Like, I can go this alone. And so really, as like Dave outlined in that handout, like, it was pride that separated me from a really rich reliance on God. God has given me people through the years who've helped me course correct when I needed the gentle nudges, and he gave me a safe place to really wrestle and grow. It's a cool story. You'll hear more of it at other times. You've heard me tell the parts of this story before, but I've been able to do a lot of that growing at Sideris, and I'm so thankful for many of the people who are here today who helped me do that. He's worked through his people. His spirit never rests. He pursued me. He caught hold of me. I have been joyfully following and serving Jesus for probably the last 12 years or so. And I'm thankful to have grown in my faith here. But it was a journey. I mean, there were times like, you get invited to church. I got invited to church and I didn't come for years. I got invited to fellowship group, Bible study, didn't come for years. There was a time I was living in Ryan Farrell and Christy Farrell's house with them in Denver. They were hosting a Bible study in our living room, and I think I stayed upstairs and watched The Bachelor instead. I just wrestled with God so much about needing to go to that group. How did they not know I was upstairs? I lived there, and I just said, no, I don't need it this week. And I did. I always needed God. I needed God before I knew I needed him. I needed him then. I need him today. I need him tomorrow when I inevitably stray walking out of here. So to God be the glory. And from going from that moment to leading a cohort and hosting people in our home with my husband Kurt and our 3 kids to talk about God's word every week, and to be going to optional Bible studies. I mean, I've been leaning into God's word over the last I've been leaning into studying his word over the last few years really intentionally, and that's where that word of pursuit comes from. I mean, the story of the Bible is a story of broken people that God pursues, and he never lets go of them. And I see myself in those stories. And so the more I read, the more I'm learning, and I'm 37, okay, so I'm not 40 yet. But I've been in this environment for a long time, and I feel like now I'm finally starting to really claim it as my own. And I am so thankful to my parents for baptizing me, for having me go through the confirmation process. But I'm really excited to celebrate today what God has done in the last 12 years, in the last 37 years, what he'll do for the next, hopefully 37 years. And I just want to proclaim, stand here today with all of you and say thank you for being a part of my journey. Thank you for being a part of my journey tomorrow, because we can't do this without each other. We can't accept this grace without Jesus. And so let's go jump in that water, and let's just keep doing it. Yeah.